Alright guys, Will here from ZaltekReviews.com. Yes, that's a bit of a bold statement. If you look at the thumbnail, the best microbrand in the world. Not one of the, but the best. Now, without further ado, I'll show you the brand name. There you go. Wise timepiece from Thailand. Now, those that are familiar with Wise watches, I've been reviewing these watches since they first released the Wise Hitman, which was years ago. I've got another one in. Before I start and go through the review, I will say I did pay for this watch. However, I did get a discount, hence the promotional tag. Just to be completely transparent, I did pay money, okay? And I've also got another one because I ordered two. Not two of the same watch, but two from the same brand. You'll see that in another video in the future. Now, you're probably wondering, what watch did I buy? Now, I bought this. It is the Wise Adamascus ADX True GMT. Yes, a true GMT. I'll get into the details of the watch in a minute. I'll show you the packaging first so I can get rid of this off my desk. The packaging's actually really nice, but it always has been for Wise timepiece, but they have changed it. They've made it a more compact box rather than it used to be quite long but thinner. But as I say, they have changed it. This solid wood, there's no plastic involved anywhere. And I'll show you, right, hold on, I'll take this out, get rid of that. Right, where am I? Put that there. Right, as I said, solid wood, proper hinges, look at that. Top quality hinges, you've got the branding, hang on. You've got the branding there at the back. What's this here? Thank you card. Obviously, the main tag that I've took off. The watch sits in there. And when it arrives, obviously it's covered in the protective plastic. I've took that off. And there's also like another protective, it's not going to get damaged, put it that way, no chance. And this bit actually splits in two. See if I can kind of get a grip of that. There we go. And underneath you get all your gubbins. You get this silica thing, so no moisture gets in. The watch, it arrived sized for my wrist. I don't know how they keep remembering the size of my wrist, because it's been a while since I've had a Wise timepiece. I think the last one I had was it the 88? Or no, it was the Hitman full loom special edition. That's what I had before. Aye, but you got spare links in there and it's all nice and sealed and etc, etc. You've got, hang on a sec, you've got a wee cleaning cloth here branded, which is fine, fair enough. The metal warranty card, more about the warranty later. What the friggin' hell? Oh, what's this? it's like an instruction. Use the QR code, use your phone. It'll show you how to wind it, because it is slightly different from the more traditional style three-handers, just to do with the date in the other hand, really. What's this one? Oh, it's same deal, QR code, and how to size the bracelet, because this is extremely difficult, and I didn't know this was in here. If I knew this was in here, I'd have used it, because when I went to have a good look at the bracelet, I'm like, how the friggin' hell do you size this up? But I worked it out myself, but that would have saved me some time. And that's basically it. That's everything that's in there. I'll just throw that back in there. And that's... Then we can get into the watch itself. Well, I never played the intro. I'll change it in the edit, and I'll put the intro right at the very beginning, because I'm on a roll and I've got all my notes ready to rock. 1 second, because there's the wife just came in. Right, guys, the Wise Damascus ADX True GMT. Price of these, I just checked on the website. You can currently get this at $760 US. I think it's extremely fair for what you're getting, because I have reviewed, spoiler alert, the movement inside this is the Miyota 9075 True GMT. Now, I have reviewed other watches with the same movement, and it's pretty much on par with all the rest of them. You've got Trasca, Henry Archer, Nodus, they kind of brands. They've been using it. And in fact, I've reviewed all three of those, the GMTs. The Nodus Contrail, the Trasca Adventurer, what was the other one? The Henry Archer Verdun GMT. Yeah. Well, they three brands, I mean, they're in my top 5. Trasca, Henry Archer, Nodus, blah blah blah, right? They also have been probably the one of the best microbrands. And as I say, I'm waffling now, I know what I'm trying to say, but this eclipses all three of those in every aspect. It's not perfect, but with my experience of Wise, it's just, they never fail to disappoint. Build quality is it's executed perfectly, to be honest with you. Now, these watches are handmade. When you order them, they're then built by hand. Well, I'm not going to say hand built. Assembled, ready to go. But their attention to detail is meticulous. The loom is the best that I've seen. Better than Swiss Watch Company. Better than, well, what other watches have a great loom? Christopher Ward, they're good. Just any other brand that I've reviewed. This, in fact, any model from Wise Timepiece, it always has the best loom that you'll get. Now, when I reviewed the full loom dial of the Hitman, now the Hitman's quite a cheap watch, really. And it was full loom. Whatever magic or voodoo shit that they do over at Wise in Thailand, it equates to the best loom. And I've said, and I've recommended the watch, that Wise Hitman, because I do get questions and emails and whatnot. And I've said quite a few times, I've said, that Wise Hitman, it's got the best loom I've ever seen on any watch. And I've seen a lot of watches. Well, this is the same. As I say, I've not got a clue what they're doing over there, but it's better than anybody else. Better than anybody. Right. This video is probably going to be a bit long because it's pretty much me trying to explain my thumbnail. But I'm telling you guys, this brand is a step above everything else. I would actually rate these, I mean, I rate Christopher Ward high in their finishing and build quality. I actually think Wise Timepiece is fractionally better than Christopher Ward when it comes to their attention to detail, and I've never once had any issue with any watch from Wise. Never. I have with Christopher Ward. Nothing major, but you know. But I hear a lot of horror stories. No horror stories, and this isn't aimed at Christopher Ward whatsoever. It's more aimed at like their movements. Salita. I've heard a lot of problems in the past. I've never actually had a problem with any Salita movement personally, but I have heard stories. I've never had any issues, as I say, with any watch from Wise. Not even something as a misaligned dial or, a misaligned bezel. Nothing like that. They've always been perfect in their execution. I'm not saying the watches are perfect. I mean, what I mean by that is the design. It's no, but my perfect is different to somebody else's perfect. That's what I'm trying to say. Right, I've waffled on long enough. Let's get into this watch then. This one. By the way, before I do, I've got another one coming, as I mentioned earlier, and I'm really excited to see it. I had to pre-order it because it was recently announced, and it looks absolutely amazing. This is more of a diver / GMT watch, right? Which is fine, fair enough. But the one that's coming is more my favourite category of watches, i.e. it's a sports watch. Right guys, let's get into this, because I've already wasted, too long. Right, I've done the price, $760 US. Bang on. And as I go through the spec, you'll realise just how much more you're getting for your money compared to the competition. Right, I'll go through the dimensions. Right, case diameter of this one is 40.2 mil. The watch has a total thickness of 12.3 mil, which is great, suits the aesthetic. Lug to lug, 46.8 mil. And the watch has a 20 mil lug width. The total weight with the bracelet sized up for my 6 3/4 inch wrist is 152 grams. Perfect. As mentioned earlier, the movement is a regulated Miyota 9075 True GMT. 28,800 vibrations an hour, 24 joules, hackable, self-winding with a 42-hour power reserve. Fabulous. Case is brushed and polished to the highest standard. And it's 904L stainless steel. Yes, it is. What's the difference between 316L and 904L? Well, Rolex use 904L stainless steel because it's more vibrant. It gives a better sheen or shine, especially like to the polished parts. The brush parts are flawless. You can see there. And look at the polishing. We'll try and get the light to hit it. I have been wearing this, right, so that if there's fingerprints and whatnot, I do try. Where's my bloody? There it is. I do try and keep it as clean as I can for this video. So if you see dust, well, tough titty. There's nothing I could do about it. Dust happens no matter what. I've tried to make the watch and keep it as clean as possible just for this. Just so you can see the vibrancy of the finishing. And the build quality, of course. Where was I? Aye, 904L stainless steel. Fantastic, no complaints. And it is better than 316L stainless steel. Obviously, that's why Rolex use it. I'm not a fan of Rolex, by the way. I can't stand the brand. The bezel. It's a 72 click bi-directional zirconia ceramic insert with loomed markers on the bezel as well. Let me, in fact, is that light? That light is on. Let me show you the bezel action. Perfectly aligned as you'd expect. 72 click. And just the way, it's like ball bearings underneath. It's so, I don't know how to describe it. Fantastic. That's the only way I can describe it. Kind of muted, but solid, easy to turn. It's, for what it is, it's perfect in every way, that action. You might notice that PM's black on the insert, daytime is blue. It's a Batman style. Old school Batman. Right, what's next? The dial. It's a black dial. On their website, they call it a black sunburst. Now, tell me in the comments if I'm just totally blind and can't see it. I don't think it's a sunburst dial. I could be wrong, but to me it's more a kind of matte, maybe satin finish. I don't see a sunburst effect at all. Oh well, let me know in the comments what you think. Right, anyway, it's black. That's the only way to describe it. And each different colourway, it's not the dial that has a different colour, it's the bezel. I'll show you, in fact I better show you now the different colourways. There's also one with a different finishing. And to be honest with you, I wish I got that one. Right, where's my notes? Right. Right, you have the ADX110 GMT, which is like a grey It's still on the bezel, it's black at the top, but it's grey on the bottom part, which is fine. Looks stunning. They all look stunning. Or you can have the bottom part as green. It's a really nice green as well. I'll show you that on the screen. And there's also one that looks kind of brown, or like a root beer style. I would say root beer, which is lovely. And there's also the, obviously, the one I've got, the one I picked, is the blue one, the Batman style. Now, when you're ordering the watch, you can also choose what colour of GMT hand you want. I went with blue to match the bezel. I thought it looked the best. But I think the choices on this one are red or yellow. Maybe you want the GMT hand to stand out a bit more. Personally, I think what I've picked is more aesthetically pleasing. Right, the last one is, it's more expensive, a lot more expensive, and that's because it incorporates 18 karat gold. Now, if you told me that without showing me the picture, I'd be like, no, I don't want that, that's fucking hideous. I don't want a gold watch. Then you see it. It's not fully gold, it's just got gold highlights. But it's 18 karat gold. And it looks stunning, man. Absolutely stunning. Should have got that one. Because it does. But then again, with the 18 karat gold, and I would wear it as much because I'd be too scared to scratch the bloody thing. I don't know. Looks amazing anyway. What else have we got? There are custom hands. And I like these hands. A kind of cathedral style on that hour hand. But more elongated rather than kind of bulbous at the end. Diamond cut, by the way, really nice. You also have a dated 6. And as I mentioned, you can choose the colour of your GMT hand. The loom. It's also slightly different. Because there's a combination of two on this. Now, it's Swiss Super Luminova BGW9 and GLW9. The only difference between the two is one's blue, one's green, hence the B or the G. Now, to my eye, the only is that they've used the GLW9 on the hour hand, which is, I think that's a bold move, but a good move. And the rest of it's BGW9. But, as I said earlier on, why do this voodoo fucking magic thing with a loom? And there's no other brand that comes close. To quote Shane from Relative Time, I watch his videos. He calls, I can't remember what model it was, but it was a watch from Wise Timepiece, and he calls it the Loom King, and he's current Loom King. I'm not going to copy his terminology. I'm just saying it's the best loom that you can get on a watch, bar none. There you go. Crystal's flat sapphire. It's got inner AR coatings on it, and they do. Every watch I've had, even the less expensive models, the crystal is always, pardon the pun, crystal clear. A really good piece of sapphire. There is different grades of sapphire, but Wise always use really top quality I can't fault it. This Wise timepiece, I mean, it's took me a few years to actually say this on camera or on record. Wise timepiece is the best brand, and when you put things into perspective, it's the best value for money. Because, say for instance, this watch had Oris written on the dial. Now, they would use a different movement, as they are Swiss made, but they would charge at least $3,000-4,000 for this because of the attention. In fact, I'm not even sure Oris could replicate something like this. I've said that Wise timepiece is better than Christopher Ward. And I've said in the past, I'm pretty sure I said that Christopher Ward are better than Oris. And I've had Oris. I've had a couple of watches for Oris. And I thought, what's all the... Even like with the Caliber 400 and all that, I was like, I don't get it. Why am I paying thousands extra when, basically speaking, apart from the movement, that's the only difference. Why am I paying all that extra? That's just stupid. Didn't even get me started on Rolex. Fuck it. I'm not going into that because that's a rabbit hole for me. I just start shouting and swearing and... Nah, never mind. Move on. Right, done that. Water resistance on this. 200 metres. Fabulous. Case back. It's screw down. An exhibition display with, yet again, sapphire glass. It's beautifully finished as much as it is on the back as it is the front. Quick release pins. Yada yada. Nicely constructed. Oh, did I skip the bracelet? I did. Oh, fucking hell. It's brushed and polished. 904L stainless steel, obviously. Polished centre links. I think this watch, it's more of a... I think it would be better if it was fully brushed and maybe just polished chamfered edges down the side rather than the full polished half link in the middle. But it's beautifully made. Yeah, one of the best bracelets I've seen. I'm not too sure of this new, as you can see there, right? No screw holes. Look in the other side. Oh, it's the same. You're probably like, what the fuck am I meant to do with that? Anyway, I'll see if I can get some sort of video or something for the sizing of the bracelet and put it on screen. So you can see, rather than me try to explain it, I could just show you. Right, where was I? Done that. The crown, 6.5mm, perfectly sized and proportioned, beautifully finished, polished on that edge there. Stunning. Tons and tons of grip, by the way. Try to get that in the light properly. Aye, brilliant. It's signed as well, obviously, with their logo, that W. You buy this watch, or any other model from Wise, you will be totally blown away by the build quality, especially those ones with the 904L stainless steel. The quality is just, and the finishing is flawless. Right guys, before I start gushing all over my desk, of course I recommend it. Of course it's getting the Platinum Award, and it's also getting the Innovation Award, because they just do things differently, but always in a good way. Like the loom, like this bracelet for instance. I've never seen that before, and I googled it as well, and I'm like, how the fuck, how's this work? Does anybody else do that? I couldn't find any other brand that does this. I'm stuck for words. Aye, even though I've been waffling on for nearly half an hour. Brilliant. This is going on my elite list as well, under the GMT watches section, and I'll never come off there. I seriously doubt that it'll come off. Because in every single category, whether it's sports watches, dive watches, field watches, whatever, I only put a maximum of 6 watches on that list in each category. And I swear to God, no. I mean, there's Christopher Ward, Henry Archer, Nodus, Trasca in that GMT section. This goes top of the tree. It's fantastic. Right guys, I'm going to go. Thanks very much for watching. If you've got any comments, or you've got your own experience of Wise Timepiece, and maybe you think I'm talking a lot of shite, well, let me know in the comments. I don't care. I'm thick-skinned. You can't offend me. I was in the army for 12 years and a truck driver after that. You're not going to offend me, right? So say what you like in the comments. I don't give a shit. If it's just outright totally abuse, well, I'll just delete it and move on. Anyway, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. It really helps. Thanks very much for watching, and I'm sorry for waffling on too long, but that is my thoughts on Wise Timepiece. Brilliant. Right guys, I'll see you in the next video. Toodles!